How's it going, everybody? This is your host Carlos of the Just Fans podcast with another for week 10 of the NFL season. I'm joined along with my co-host Rios. How's it going, Rios?
Damn, it's already week 10. The season's
Yeah,
just
dude,
flown by.
it's flying by, isn't it? It's almost over. Not really, but it's still we still got some football left. More of our Texans to enjoy and whatnot. What's going on with you, Rios? How's it going?
Pretty good. It's enjoying breakfast.
Which beer? Is it beer? Yeah, figured. Yeah. When you say breakfast, I'm like, which beer are you having today? Yeah, I
Indio.
figured. Indio. Is it
Yep.
michelada or you just actually did you make it
No,
a michelada?
michelada. Yeah.
Got it. Hold up. Did you just make michelada in a Starbucks cup?
It's not a Starbucks cup.
Is it? Oh, okay. I thought for like a minute I thought it was a Starbucks cup. I was like, what?
It
That'd be
was
hilarious.
formerly pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah,
Now it's a michelada.
it depends on it depends on the workday. Monday pumpkin spice. No man.
Sunday
Uh
michelada.
Sunday michelada, Monday pumpkin spice. Yeah, bro. No, I'm excited for this game. It's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a good one. First of all, for those wondering why, if you haven't seen why I'm wearing a Texas Rangers hat, well, first of all, it's not really original, so flea market, hey. But this one is original. I have to. That was a drinkware.
Yeah.
So, no, it's the grossest thing ever. I did make a bet with Alan from Let's Talk Sports. If the Astros won the ALCS, then he'd have to wear Astros gear. But if the Astros lost, then I'd have to wear Ranger gear. So another episode with Ranger gear somewhat until the end of the year. So here's that. But nonetheless,
Your servitude is almost over. Just one
yeah,
more
I
month.
know it's the worst bet I've ever had to make. But I
Did I
don't
not
regret
say
it.
do the head shaving?
I'm
Your hair would have grown
excited.
back by now.
It would have. Well, maybe. Watch I like stay bald for the rest of my life now. I don't think that'd be worth it. Yeah.
Professor
Uh
X.
oh, look. Bodkin says, "Bro, about to be your daddy." Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because I don't think it's I the way that it seems like he doesn't have Jamar Chase. Excuse me. He doesn't have Higgins. Jamar Chase is questionable, right, Rios?
Yeah,
Um,
I think he's going to play, but I think he'll be more of like a distraction. He
yeah.
won't be on a snap count, but he's probably not going to be the same explosive playmaker we're used to seeing. Because anyone that's
Mhm.
falling on their back on turf, that shit hurts and it lasts a while.
So I don't think it's going to be as explosive as we all see now. However, there are some things to talk about. So really quick, Rios, back me up on this one if you can. So we're looking at Stroud coming in. Stroud's coming in with 30 out of 42, 470 yards, 5 touchdowns, a rating of 147, which is amazing. Joe Burrow's coming in at 348 yards, 2 touchdowns, rating of a 108.9. Um, and because I guess since his leg injury, 3 of the last 4 games he's had like 100 plus rating, which is pretty good. So it seems like those that injury that he had it's either fading away or it's not being much of a factor anymore.
Yeah, you've
Um,
seen him week by week get healthier and move better
mhm.
in the pocket. I think it's not bothering me at this point.
Yeah, it's not. I think he's I hate that he's coming back at the at the time where we're coming in. But there I mean, I feel like it would be there you go. Botkins just said Chase would be a decoy. I agree with you. I agree with
Yeah,
you. And I think Chase will be a decoy. I think the only thing they have really is um Tyler Boyd, really. That's gonna be their main
it's
their
gonna
their
be the
main guy,
Tyler.
guys.
It's gonna be the Tyler Boyd game.
Tyler Boyd game, and who's do you know? I can't remember what's on my head of their tight end. Because right now the Texans give like 118 rate to all tight ends, which is really bad. That means that's one of the biggest weaknesses the Texans have right now is giving it up to the
It's
tight end.
Yeah, it's the middle of the field. Our
Mhm.
linebackers aren't very good in coverage
No,
at all.
they're not.
And with Jimmy Ward out, it's just gonna make it worse.
Yeah, you're gonna see that a lot of attack towards the middle of the field today because, like you said, without Jimmy Ward, that's gonna be a big one. Irvin Smith, there you go. Thank you, Botkins. Uh, yeah, that's gonna be. I think we're definitely gonna get attacked in the middle of the field, in the tight end position. Also, I mean, we don't like our secondary now without Jimmy Ward. You got Jalen Petrie there, who, like I've said before in the last episode, I feel like he's had a regression this year. What do you think, Rios, about Jalen Petrie?
Yeah, it's he's gotten better at attacking for sure, but like there's been a lot of more mental errors, more
Yeah.
haven't seen make that that game changing play like he did last year. Which again,
Right.
turnover translate year to year, but like still, like you would like to see at least some progression. I know
Yeah.
he's improving,
Exactly.
sure, but other than that, like I would say,
Yeah. It
but he's sophomore slump, probably a better term.
Sophomore slump. Okay, I'll take that. I can see that, but it's still like a sort of regression in a way, right? It's like I
I
feel
liken it
like
to Jeremy Pena, sophomore slump. Amazing rookie season, second season came back down to earth.
I
That
blame
thing's
raising I blame Raising Canes for that.
I don't want to see any more commercials, sir. I need you.
No more
I need
commercials
you in
until you actually
batting cages, sir. Every
your
day
batting
from now till
cages.
March.
Yeah, well, we'll drive you to them. No, but yeah, no, going back to the Cincy game, yeah, I think that's going to be a big weakness for us. Also, like our secondary last week against Baker Mayfield, they gave up like 265 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dude, they gave Baker Mayfield a rating of 119. Like it's a thing that you and I always talk about. Like it always seems like in the heat of the moment, like the Texan secondary, it always makes the average quarterbacks look pretty good.
Honestly, I think it comes down to game plan. I think what I've noticed is against like the weaker quarterbacks, they go very conservative,
Yeah.
which opens up the middle of the field. And it's not a rookie, a veteran's gonna dice the middle of the field, which they've been doing with
Right.
ease. Because for some reason, I can't put my finger on why they go conservative against the Baker Mayfields of the world, but then you go against like the Steelers and they just
Let it out.
yeah, it's bizarre to say the least.
How do you what do you think is the best way to attack Cincinnati this week or today? Sorry.
I think you gotta they've been reluctant to blitz, which is a little surprising. They don't blitz a whole lot. So I expect them to
Hmm.
come out blitzing a little bit more, put pressure on Burrow, especially with Chase being limited. He's gonna have to find someone else to beat them with. And if you get pressure
Hmm.
on him early, forcing them some early turnovers, win the field position battle, that's gonna be our best chance of winning this game, really.
Okay, I see that. What about offensively?
Don't be conservative.
Don't be
None of
conservative.
this,
I agree.
none of this, trying to establish a run. We've established it can't be done. Let
Yeah.
CJ cook.
No, let's CJ Cook. I agree with you. Let's CJ Cook. He's I know this week we have Nico Collins out. Is Robert Woods? I think the last time I checked, he was questionable. So I mean, there if he's
He's
in,
playing. Yeah,
he's
he's in.
playing. Yeah, okay. So if he's in, at least Robert Woods can help you with those like those tricky third downs or whatever. Um, which the Texans are actually pretty good at converting those the third downs. But without Nico Collins, I could see CJ struggling a bit. Yes, the good thing about CJ, he's able to distribute the ball around pretty well. Last week was very. I haven't seen that much tight end use in the Texans last week since I can't
The
even
shot,
remember when
the
the
Matt
Schaub
Schaub
years.
days.
Yeah, that's how rarely we use our tight ends. We mainly use them as blockers, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But seeing Schultz actually I think last week is finally like okay. I think that the Schultz thing. We finally got to see Schultz play the way he's supposed to be playing. What was it? I saw an interview with is it Michael Irving. And he was talking about he's a big Cowboys fan, so he's like we had Noah Brown last season. We had we had Schultz last season. Why couldn't Dak use them the way that CJ is using them? Like that was the thing. These guys are like there's no excuse because
Right.
CJ's a rookie, Dak is a veteran, and you
Well,
still not being able to use these guys.
he's not that good.
He's not Dak good. I like that. That's a good one, Rios. Uh, it was just so funny how I was like, he makes like Michael Irving made a lot of sense. It was like, yeah, these are the guys that were in Dallas last season, and that you barely heard anything of him. Last week, Noah Brown had the game of his life just about, and then Dalton Schultz was a very important part of last week's victory. You
Not just
know.
that, Amar Cooper also. I think like 4 of the 5 top receivers last week were either current Cowboys or former Cowboys. 3
Hmm.
former Cowboys and 1 current. 4 out of the 5. Like, hmm.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you wonder. But no, nonetheless, man. I mean, I'll take that. That's just a benefit for us. But I expect to see a lot of Dalton Schultz today just because of Nico being out. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of the shorter passing game because I think they're
Hmm.
going to try to take away Tank Dell, so it's going to be a lot more shorter passes.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to be, careful as far as trying to force it into tight windows. Because I think
Hmm.
they're probably going to play a deep safety, take away that deep shot. So they're probably going to have the middle of the field. So it's just basically taking advantage of your opportunities when you get them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I can see that happening. They're gonna try to take away Tank Dell. I was thinking about that too. Tank Dell. Um, I don't know how much coverage they'll have on Noah Brown based of last week. Do you think they're gonna stick with him a little bit or no?
I don't think so. I think they could probably live with Noah Brown beating them instead of Tank Dell.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another point that I wanted to talk about with the Cincy pass defense, man. They're top notch. They're holding wide receivers to a 72.7 rating. Fourth in the NFL, top 5 overall. That's going to be a tough one for CJ, even without Nico. I think it's going to put him a little bit
Yeah.
to the test because their secondary is actually pretty good. Now, let me ask you, and I hate to say it this way, but I'm just using probability. Do you see a second interception coming today for CJ Stroud? I feel like I do.
Today, no, I don't think he's gonna try to force it today.
Okay. You think he's going to be a little bit more careful with it, a little bit more conservative?
Yeah, I don't think like the play calling itself per se will be conservative, but I see them be making more like making safer throws. Basically, none of they're not going to try to
Check
some
downs,
double moves. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of
some
check
check
downs,
downs.
a lot of
Davis
throws
Mill,
to the tight end,
Davis Mill special.
a lot of throws to Dalton Schultz. They're going to try to play the short game.
Okay. The
So I
little
think
short game.
I think the Bengals are going to take away the deep passes, so they're
Hmm.
going to have to focus on the short and intermediate throws.
So in that case, if you're gonna be if they're gonna try to take away the deep pass from you, and you're already out of receiver, do you don't think they're gonna start forcing the run a little bit more in this, just for that reason?
I think if Pierce was playing, yes, but with Singletary, I don't think they're going to try to force the run. Because
Yeah,
he's not that type of running back. He's not.
he's
He's not a
not.
workhorse.
No, he's not a
So it's gonna
workhorse quarterback
be.
running back.
You're gonna see a lot of him, a lot of Mike Boone, a lot of Dar Umbawale. Like they're gonna have a revolving door of running backs. Try to keep those guys fresh.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that happening too. I just
I
don't
can
know
see
how
them.
effective.
They're probably gonna use them more in the passing game than the running game per se. They'll still run the ball. But I think they're gonna try to utilize their running backs as receivers a little bit more in this game, just to make up for the fact with the loss of Nico Collins.
Yeah, I think the taking away Nico Collins being injured is going to be a little bit detrimental for this game. Do you now? I mean, another guy that we barely mention sometimes because we haven't seen much of him, Mechie. Do you think this could be Mechie could be a guy that can be used today or what?
Hopefully, I mean, he has a chance with Nico out. That's next man up.
This Yeah, next man up.
Him,
This is
him and Hutchinson. I want to see a little bit more from them as well.
I
From him as
I could
well.
see I could see some Hutchinson stuff going on. The I could see Hutchinson coming in and maybe helping out as well. So it's going to be almost like all hands on deck kind of a thing,
Yeah,
whoever next man up, like you said. Gosh, I just don't like when I talked about forcing the run. You know that they're going to come in disguising Tank Dell as running back at some
I
at
mean,
some
if
points.
you see him in the backfield, it's going to be a run.
Yeah, if you see
But
Tank Dell in the hmm,
you can use that to your advantage though, like because they'll be thinking run, and then you can play
pass
action
it or
and
someone do a slant here and there, yeah. Hopefully, yeah, that's the thing because by now I think hopefully the Texans are aware that like now that you've been using Tank Dell in the backfield and they know it's going to be a run, you can disguise it as something else. You know, point blank. I think it was last week one of those slants that Nico Collins got for a touchdown. It looked like it was going to be a run because everybody was going to the right.
yeah,
Suddenly, CJ Stroud laser shot straight to Nico Collins. Only one
he's
person
like
covering him.
psych.
Slides right in. Yeah, psych. And it's funny because he's just directed everybody to the right too. So everybody was expecting going right. They thought it was a run play, and then suddenly out of nowhere, you thought, boom, goes straight
Right.
to Nico, and I don't know. It
That's
was
something
it
he
was it was a good play.
that's something he's really great at. He directs with
Taking
his
it,
eyes.
yeah.
Like he'll look one direction, he'll have everyone go one direction, and he'll go the complete opposite way.
Well, last week the honey hole
And
shot thing. If it wasn't for that, he doesn't direct the safety to the right spot in the corner. And like we
and
were
mind
talking
you,
about it last week.
this is a rookie. Like
It's a rookie.
most veterans can't even do that.
Exactly. So I could see that happening. I am predicting one interception today just because I feel I don't know if I feel it coming. I hope not. I better be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm glad. But I predicted just because of that pass that pass defense. I think there's going to be a point where CJ's going to want to take it throw do a deep throw and then may work, may not work. So I'm predicting that today. Um Let's see what else we got. So I think right now how good do you think they're gonna make going back to how they made Baker Mayfield look like a star quarterback? How do you think that's gonna work with our pass defense against Joe Burrow?
Well, I think it's going to be similar to Trevor Lawrence. Like the better quarterbacks, they are a little more aggressive, and you see
Hmm.
it you see it as far as like the blitz disguises, the different personnels that they put on defense. So I think they're going to be a little more aggressive on defense this week because again, I don't understand like the. I mean, I can appreciate them, making the good quarterbacks look bad, but still,
Hmm.
like, still to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Make them all look bad. But do you think like I can't explain it either? I don't know if it's like caution or what, just in case. Because the theme overall is any given Sunday, right? Anybody can beat you no matter who it is. I mean, look at the Carolina Texans game. But Texans should have
Right?
completely won that, but it was just I feel like that's probably Bobby Slowick's worst offensive play calling game.
Yeah, it
I
was
would say that.
super conservative and
Yeah,
tried too hard to force to run it.
yeah,
And if they could have run against one of the worst rush defenses, like that's
right,
not a good sign.
yeah. But hey, they yesterday after not yesterday last weekend against Tampa Bay, like it seemed like for like the first half that it was going about it was going to be the same just about because there were some conservative play calling that we saw, but they ended up letting CJ cook after halftime and here we are. How
Yeah,
close do you think this game will be? Do you think it's going to be a victory, a loss, or do you think it's just going to be very very close game?
I'm still going with my prediction of it being a win for us. It's going to be high scoring, mind you. Like I said, after everything we
Shootout.
said, it's still going to be a high scoring game. You don't
Mm,
necessarily have to have deep shots to make it a shootout. It's just basically not limiting turnovers and controlling the clock. And I think with injuries because their pass rush isn't that great, and they're missing a couple of guys as well. So
yeah,
he just should have time to throw the ball. I don't expect to see a lot of running from either team. It's going to be a
no.
lot of passes. It's going to be. I could see both quarterbacks easily over 400 yards passing.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a shootout game too, like you said. I don't see like I have Joe Mixon in my fantasy, and he has done nothing for the last couple of years. And so I don't like I said, I don't see him going against them. The Texans have actually been decent against the run this season.
Yeah,
So
they
I
have
don't
been.
see, they have been. So I don't see.
They've been holding their guys about less than 80 yards rushing a
Yeah,
game. They've been doing a good
exactly.
job. They
Yeah,
get beat on the edge, but Mixon's a downhill. He's like Pierce. He's a downhill runner. He's not
yeah,
going to beat you
downhill
in the edge.
runner.
So,
Hmm.
long as they follow their assignments, they should be fine containing Mixon. So like I said, it's going to be a lot of passing.
A lot of passing game. Yeah. What is your prediction, real quick, for this game, or do you want to save it to the end?
We'll save it to the end
Yeah, let's
because
save it to the end.
I want to adjust the score a little because I'm looking back to our episode from Monday. Like that's a pretty high
Mhm.
score. Let me lower that a little bit.
Mhm. No,
I
I
think
got you. I got you.
I think I see
Yeah,
something in the 40s. Like it's not going to be that high, but
yeah. No, it feels like it just. And but what's funny because we thought at the time when we did the show, we thought that everybody was going to be like 100% healthy and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
no, I agree. So we'll save it to the end. And let's. What I want to do now is want to go all around the NFL and let's do some predictions for a lot of these games that are coming up. Okay.
All I'm gonna
Um.
say is this game should have been in prime time because the ones we have in prime time,
Oh
good
yeah, dude.
God,
Whoever is doing this primetime schedule is it needs to be like let go. Seriously, this
you,
is
you're on waivers.
you're on waivers. Like at this point, dude, like I
You
need
better learn Japanese, buddy.
yeah, right. Send him send him off to Sugarland. Remember last year we were gonna send him off to Sugarland.
No, he's going to
Um
Corpus.
he's going to Corpus. All right. So okay, so the Bears the game this it was Thursday. The Bears beat the Panthers.
Ooh, that was
I
one of the
know that
worst
was
games.
brutal. Brutal.
I
Um
tried to watch it. I couldn't finish it. I was like, this is terrible.
I mean, this one here, I didn't watch it because I just felt like I had better things to do. Colts Patriots 10-6.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not waking up early to watch that one.
Yeah, no,
No,
if I yeah, exactly. Okay, so this one might be a good one because it's a divisional rivalry game. We got Browns versus Ravens. What
that
do you?
should be a good one.
That should be a
Again,
good
another
one.
one that should have been in prime time.
Yeah, I think that one should have been in prime time for sure. I'm gonna take the Ravens on this one just because I do like how Lamar always has a good advantage over Deshaun Watson anyway. Like every time we've seen him
Right?
play,
Every single
so
time.
every single time I can't. I'm gonna say, oh, Mitch, nice hat, Carlos. Oh, I hate it. I hate everything about it. How's it going, Mitch? And so I'm gonna say the Ravens beat excuse me, the Browns. Just like I said, for some reason Lamar Jackson always has Deshaun Watson's number, even when Deshaun was playing here in Houston.
And
Uh,
their Ravens defense is
the
top
Ravens
notch right now
defense
too.
is top. Yep, exactly. The Ravens defense is top notch. So I'm gonna take the Ravens on that one. What about you, Rios? What do you think?
Yeah, Ravens in a blowout. They're gonna force Deshaun into a lot of turnovers.
Oh
And
yeah, which I love to see.
right? We hope for their downfall
Yeah,
each and
we
every
hope
Sunday,
every Sunday we hope for that L just
especially
for
especially December 24th when we play them. I
yeah,
want to see like five
exactly.
pick sixes.
Yeah, exactly. Jalen Petrie has a game of his life that day. No.
Right?
So we got Steelers versus Packers today.
Mm.
Batkins is a team.
Talk about the battle of mid.
Yeah, battle of bid. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say Steelers on this one. What about you?
Yeah, the Packers offense is just a mess.
Yeah.
Jordan Love looked pretty good in preseason, but regular season it's just they're going to be looking for a quarterback in the draft. I think he doesn't
Yeah, I
look like
think
the
you don't think he's the guy like how it's been since like Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers and
well,
stuff like that.
not just that, but like if they do stick with him, like you're going to have to put some legitimate receivers around him because you can't treat him like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers could make freaking grocery cart pushers look like all pros. Jordan Love
That's true.
cannot.
Yeah. No, agreed. 49ers Jaguars.
That should again another one that should be in prime time.
I'm gonna
I
take the
think
49ers on that one.
yeah, not just because the Jags in our division, but I think the 49ers I think this is a get right game for them because they're getting
Mhm.
Debo back. That's going to be a big plus for them on offense because they've been missing that guy because
Debo and
your
Ayuk. Yeah, this should be a
he's
good
your,
one for them.
your Swiss Army knife. You can line up in the backfield. It's like Tank Dell. You can line up in the backfield, line him out wide, line him in the slot, return punts.
hmm So I'm gonna say 49ers. Do you have 49ers as well,
Yeah,
or Jacksonville? Yeah,
no,
I
I
think
got the Niners.
yeah, Niners. Yep, I agree. Saints Vikings.
Jesus, God. Talk
I
about
can't
battle
even.
of mid.
I'm
I
talking
hope I hope it ends in a
battle.
tie.
Yeah, I
Ends
hope
in a
that game
tie.
isn't a tie. Middle of the pack tie for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna
It's
say
gonna be a soccer score 3-3 tie.
right 3-3 tie. Everybody gets safeties. No, that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna
2-2.
say 2-2. Yeah. Man, I can't even. I'm gonna go with with the Vikings on this one. I'm sorry, Vikings.
I'm gonna go with the Saints just because Michael Thomas is gonna have a good game to pay his lawyer.
Pay his lawyer. Yeah, it's like I have to pay my lawyer for after my arrest, for throwing bricks at people who throwing bricks at people's cars or whatever. So yeah, I'll go with Vikings. I think Michael Thomas eats that one too. Um, gets the loss. Titans Buccaneers.
Hmm. Sorry, Sam. I gotta go with the Bucks.
I think so too.
I think Levis is gonna have looking at the Levis' tape for Kentucky, it was a lot of high, not a lot of highs. There was a lot of lows and a few highs mixed in. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be one of those games for him. It's going to be a lot of lows, a couple of highlight plays, but I think they're going to force him into a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is Levis's reality check game. I think he's been going hot these last couple of games, but now I think this one's going to be the one where like reality sets in because
Yeah,
honestly,
because the Steelers
this.
kind of set the blueprint. Like you can force him into making turnovers because he's always going to try to force it.
Mhm. No, agreed. I think Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay has a pretty decent defense, regardless. So I'm gonna say Tampa Bay gets the win on this one. And you say Tampa Bay also, right?
Yeah, but as much as I hate picking Baker Mayfield to win, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I hate the fact that he claimed that he was a Rangers fan. Ugh. Ugh. No,
He's a South Oklahoma. What you
South Oklahoma
expect?
fan. Yeah. Lions Chargers. Lions
That
for
should
me.
be that should be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lions. I don't trust the Chargers defense.
hmm
They look good on Monday night, but it's like
hmm
it's the Jets. The Jets really are inept on offense.
They're not. Yeah. So
And
I'm gonna go.
The Lions are looking like Super Bowl
Dude,
contenders.
they do.
Who would have
Uh,
thought we would say that in our lifetime? Not me.
All right. No, yeah, neither have I. Like even last season, I mean, there was a lot of spots where they were clicking pretty well. And you're like, hey, maybe they're not too far off. Then this season they come in and they're like just bankrolling. So man, I think Lions are going to be a team to watch out for sure in the NFC. So
Yep.
I'm going to take the Lions for sure on this one too. It's for the same reason you said though. Like I don't really trust the Chargers defense. So I'm gonna go with the Lions. Yeah,
which is crazy because they have a lot of playmakers
they
on both
do.
sides of the ball, but they just can't
They
put it
do.
together. It's mind-boggling. Like,
It's
bro,
either the system or coaching. That's got to be one of those. I mean, we've
I
seen it
think I
hand in
think it's
hand.
coaching. I think it's
Yeah.
coaching, really.
Well, you and I have seen it hand in hand. We've had talent also on defense, and then because of either the scheme or the coaching squad. I mean, it just it hasn't clicked. It didn't
Tampa
click.
too.
So Tampa too. Yeah. This was not a good one either. Falcons versus Cardinals, the battle of the birds.
Oh God, is that a primetime game? I
No,
hope
it's a
not.
three. No, not at
Man,
all.
I'm gonna go Cardinals. I think Kyler Murray's gonna want to change the narrative because like he's been,
Nah. Yeah.
he's been getting dogged like recently, which is well deserved. You get up if you have a Call of Duty clause in your contract, you deserve all the smoke, all the
Dude,
criticism.
didn't Call of Duty just come out not too long ago?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
he's out with a broken finger.
he's out. Yeah, he's like, hey, coach,
My
I
finger's
can't.
broken.
Don't put me in. My thumb's broken. No. Yeah. No. I agree with you. That's just. I mean, that's almost like borderline babysitting. You know, like the fact that you have to have on your contract that you have to like look at film or stuff like that. That reminds me of who was it from the Raiders? Jamarcus Russell. Is
Jamarcus
that who it
Russell. Oh
was?
yeah, I watched the tape. Yeah, I watched the
Remember?
tape.
Yeah, I watched the tape. It was like nothing on there. They're giving him fake tapes.
They gave
He's
him a
like, "Did you
blank.
watch
I'm
the tape?"
like,
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, you watched
Jamarcus
them." Yeah, I did.
Russell, Johnny Manziel, 0.0 hours
Zero
logged
point
watching
zero.
film.
Oh goodness gracious! Seriously, and hold on, not just zero. Remember how he said it in the Netflix special? Zero. Jeez, man, that was
Like,
awful. I
oh
don't get it.
man,
Like you're making you're this is your career. Like this is the thing that's gonna make you or break you. I guess work ethic isn't part of it anymore. I guess for some guys, but whatever.
it's not
I'd be on that all day, even if I didn't have the athletic ability. I'd be just like looking at the film, like yeah, because eventually, like if you think about it, even if let's just say you're not that guy, right? You're not the athletic kind, dude. You could still like learn these type of plays and be a coach and start coaching. That's like an investment for
right.
your after your NFL. Like you have access to all those resources, and you're still not gonna do anything about it, bro. Like, what are you thinking,
Like, look at some of the best coordinators, some of the best coaches. They're former players.
D'Amico?
D'Amico, you
He's
got
killing it. Yeah, like exactly.
Frank Reich before
Mhm.
nosedive. Like he was backup quarterback for the Oilers. He led that win.
Mhm.
No, I mean backup quarterback for the Bills. Excuse me. He led that
Yeah,
win against the Oilers back in '93. God.
yeah. When Rios was just a sport, Rios was like 98 around that time.
64. I
64.
was a year from retirement.
Retire. Yeah, he had all his points. All right, Giants Cowboys is not even a primetime game. It should not be. Uh, yeah.
Man,
Giants Cowboys. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on that one, even though I don't like them.
uh,
Giants defense is like atrocious. I think even Daniels is out as well for the season, right?
yeah, he's done
Uh,
for the year. It would make a
yeah,
difference because they
it
lost
wouldn't have made a difference. Yeah,
40-0 with them.
yeah. So
And
yeah,
their
no, I'm gonna
quarterback
say
and their QB now lives with his parents. I'm like, bro, so you have all this time to devote to film study. You still look like this.
I heard like three things of what you said.
How about now?
Anyway, yeah. No, agreed. Cowboys for sure over the Giants. That's not gonna be a pretty game either. I'm not excited over that. Like usually these division right like in the NFC East, like like I feel like those rivalries should be like really intense. This is one of those where I don't see any intensity or anything like that, just because it's just not an appealing game to me. I don't know. Cowboys versus Giants, it just doesn't seem appealing. So I'm gonna take Cowboys over the Giants on that one.
Yeah,
Easily.
it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be like 50-0. Like backup
Yeah.
quarterback is terrible.
Mhm.
They have nothing on offense, nothing
Yeah.
on defense.
Yeah,
Sorry,
just
Giants
like
fans. Do spend time with your family this Sunday. Go to the park, catch a movie.
so I'm looking at this right now. I got one of those notifications from ESPN. It says Patriots quarterback Mac Jones badly underthrows, open receiver in red zone late in the fourth quarter, then gets benched. Is this that was funny as something? Is this Bill Belichick's last? Do you think he gets sacked? Belichick.
I think, he's done after this year. I think it's time.
Do you think Monday he's gone?
No, I think they go. I think they go the full course of the year and
Okay.
just
Just
split
out of
ways. I think
respect. Just
it's
out
out
of
of
respect for
respect
him.
for everything he's done. Because I mean, I think that relationship ran its course. Because we've seen it was Brady at the end of the day. It was all
Oh
Brady.
yeah, it was all Brady.
Brady was the Patriot way.
Yeah, Brady was the Patriot way. Without, I mean, yeah, I agree 100%. Dude, what if Brady starts coaching one day?
I don't see it.
You don't see it coaching one day, just out of nowhere. He picks up the Bill Belichick book, just starts coaching it up.
You seen his paycheck for Fox? He ain't
Yeah,
gonna be
never
a
mind.
coach.
He's not gonna coach it. All
$370
right,
million. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
all right.
I
So
think
we got Seahawks.
he'll make a great analyst though. Because like watching
Yeah,
Rowe dissect some of these plays, like it's
just his
it's
voice though. His voice on the app.
I
All
know,
right,
but
guys, y'all see how he's gonna go? Yeah, he threw
ooh.
the ball. Ooh, I was like, shut up, Brady. Yeah. Yeah. No. Going back to these. Okay. So we said Cowboys over Giants. Then we got Seahawks versus Commanders.
Mm. Commanders, they're a puzzling team. Like some weeks they look like they're gonna make some noise in the division, and then they
They're
play like
consistent.
ass. They play like ass the next week.
Yeah, they're inconsistent. So,
I think that's another situation where they need a coaching change.
mm-hmm. Yeah, Rivera. I don't think Rivera's it for them. So, do you think they'll? What's his name? I'm drawing a blank here. For the Chiefs, he was with the Chiefs and he went over.
Oh, Eric Bieniemy.
Bieniemy, do you think he takes over as head coach?
I would at this point. Like,
Yeah, because it's like at this because you were like because he's like because Rivera's what the main coach or is he like assistant to him? I can't remember.
I think Bieniemy's like the assistant coach or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. So
Assistant coach slash
yeah,
offensive coordinator.
that's what it is. Yeah. So at this point, if they make the change, I mean, do you think Bieniemy gets it or should they just get somebody from the outside, whoever's out?
No, I think they hired Bieniemy with the ultimate goal of him actually taking over as
Mm,
coach.
okay, understandable. All right, so Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks just because I have Kenneth Walker in fantasy. I need to win.
Yeah, same. Yeah. All right, Bo. We should get a win for that one. Oh God. All right. So this is a primetime game. Also, we ready? Jets Raiders.
Oh, why, God? Why?
Why?
Have I not
Why
suffered enough?
Why do you punish us this way? Oh,
What?
Jets.
Why do you punish good people? What have
Yeah.
we done?
What we do to you? Man, that's even hard. That's even kind of hard to talk about.
I hope they forfeit. I don't want to see that shit on
I
TV.
hope this game is canceled. I hope this game is canceled. Let's go with. I'm gonna say the Jets.
I'm gonna go Raiders just because I don't. Zach Wilson needs to be benched. Like that guy he's holding that team back.
Yeah.
Because you got a great running back in Brees Hall. You've got good receivers. You have a great defense. The one problem, the mill punter, Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Maybe it should be written on his contract also like Kyler Murray.
Right?
Yeah.
Stay away from MILFs.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to go with Raiders and I say Jets. Okay. Then finally the Monday night game is Broncos Bills.
Why, God? How did the fucking Broncos get so many damn primetime games, bro? Like this is some kind of punishment.
Dude.
This is leading to the rapture, I believe. Because God,
Yeah.
this is like their fifth primetime game. We're week 10.
Here's a crazy thing about it. The Texans have like the hottest rookie quarterback that has come out in years, and not a single primetime game.
0.0.
Just like Johnny Manziel's logged hours in his tape review and in his iPad. 0.
And like they've had time to you've seen the starting set. They've had time to flex some of these games. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, we're not flexing any games. Okay, here's your ratings down. I mean,
I think
CJ
the earliest
Stroud
one for us that can flex would be the Jaguars and Texans game, which
they should.
They should. I mean, come on, that's going to be for the division basically. Because if we sweep Jacksonville, that's going to basically be the determiner.
It's a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
that would be a tiebreaker, wouldn't it? All right, so we got a comment by the Back It Up Binge podcast. They say, "Good luck, gents, but gotta go Bengals." I understand, but you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. No, I understand. I understand.
We respect your opinion, but it's totally wrong.
It's a no, no, wrong. It's gonna be wrong,
Wrong.
wrong. Uh, yeah, no. So okay, so back to it now. Since we segued into it, um, what do you think your score is gonna be, Rios, for the Bengals?
I'm gonna go 28-25 Texans.
28-25 Texans.
Matt
I'm gonna
Amendola makes his only field goal to win the game.
okay.
Because I
All
think
right.
they're
So
not going to kick a lot of field goals. They're going to go for it a lot of fourth down.
all right. So the way I'm gonna say it is this way. I need you to hear me out on this one. All right. I want the
No.
Texans to win. Uh, I want the Texans to win. But every time I've chosen the Texans to lose, we win. So I'm gonna say the Texans lose today. 27-24. But like a field goal. I'm gonna do that because it's been working so far. So let's see if every
Well,
time I yeah.
hopefully that god awful hat doesn't reverse to Juju.
Oh god. Yeah. Luckily it's not official, but this one is.
we will
Gross.
we will we will do a live once it's your last day wearing that shit. We'll burn it.
Oh, we're throwing this in the trash. This is disgusting.
No,
I
we're
hate it.
setting it on fire.
On fire. We just have a bonfire over. It's cold anyway. We're gonna go to your house, to your yard, and then we're just gonna like let
There we
everyone else.
go.
There you go. Ah, that's gonna.
It's a
This is
it's a date.
yeah. This is yeah. I don't know how people live in Arlington like this. Can you imagine like celebrating your first World Series game and not having enough people? Your victory.
Uh, on the back of pickup trucks,
My team could never.
right?
My team could never.
Our guys are on fire trucks. They're on the back of Tacomas and
They're,
Tundras. I'm like,
they're
bro,
climbing lights. They're climbing light poles and stuff like that. Yeah, man.
it's like they basically drove around Katie Mills. That's what it felt like.
That's all they did. They drove around, and that was it. It was a circle. So cute. Oh, it's okay. They don't have the experience much yet. They have one. That's it. But nonetheless, bro. I'm excited for this Cincinnati game. Uh, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna put CJ into the test of having, going off against a pass defense that is basically top 5 in the NFL with the Bengals. Um,
He's gone
and it's
against a couple. He's the only one
Mhm.
he's really struggled against was the Falcons. But again, that was a
Right.
conservative game plan.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it feels like the games this season that he struggled against has been because of the type of play calling that has been put in his way. I think once there was a report, not a report, but I think somebody said it like he told the offensive line protect hold on a little longer and I'll make them pay.
That was last week.
That was last exactly that was
He's
last
like
week.
he's like, give me time, I'll make them pay.
Yeah, give me a little bit more time, hold them on a little longer, and I'll make them pay. And that's exactly what happened.
Inject that into my veins.
Yeah, seriously, that's leadership qualities though. That's the best thing that I've seen from one of the best things I've seen from DJ besides is overall his accuracy, his precise accuracy. He's not even accurate; it's precise accuracy that he has. And a lot of these with a lot of these receivers is just has been amazing. But overall, I think the biggest factor is his leadership. He has the mentality of that of a guy that's been playing football for, excuse me, in the NFL for years, a veteran. The way he treats his teammates, the way he talks to his teammates, the way that you could tell
You see
he's
it in interviews with the media. Like
yeah, exactly.
he's poised. Like you
He's
don't see that from
poised.
rookies.
He's 100% dedicated to the game, and I think that's what separates him overall. The biggest debate I've been so from our friends that have been on our show, JP and Lowe's, they've been sharing a lot of how do you call it videos from the Carolina, I guess Carolina media, and a lot of them are talking about do they regret getting Bryce Young over CJ Stroud, and that's the
They
debate
should.
that's going on over Carolina right now.
I think it's too early to tell.
I
Just
think so
because
too.
they gave up their number one receiver and a lot of picks to, go get him. And I think I don't think they had a plan in place once they did get him because this is undersized quarterback. You don't have anyone on the outside to throw to. Your main
Yeah.
target's a 35-year-old Adam Thielen. Like, it's not a long-term plan for
Who
success.
It's not. I agree. It's really not. And I think that's what it's almost like the media over there was hitting the panic button. But you know what's funny is that like it's like that all around. Just because I remember the same thing happens here too. You know. Um.
Well, speaking of the media, so I don't know if you remember in the offseason, they were
Mhm.
saying, Bryce is going into the best situation. CJ is going to
Right.
struggle.
Remember
I
that?
kept the I kept those receipts and I've been posting them all week. Like,
Good.
no, no, no. Don't give him excuses. Like, y'all said he was walking into the best situation. Our wide receivers are the worst in the league, blah, blah, blah. Hey,
You
the
remember
game's
when
not played on paper. It's played
d-
on the field.
if you look back at our earlier episodes of this, starting from like training camp this summer, we were talking about how our wide receivers probably weren't what we didn't think they were gonna. No, I didn't say they were gonna suck. We were more like we don't know what we're gonna get.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're basically the big unknown. We're not sure how they're going to
right.
perform, but like
We're not sure.
I had expectations for Tank Dell to play well, and he has so far.
Yeah, I think we were you and I were we were pretty set on Tank Dell.
The one that
Even we
surprised
even
us is Nico. Is the one that's been very
Nico.
surprising.
Well, there were times when I was like, dude, this is a make or break year for Nico because it's the third year, and after this, like you've had 2 years of Davis Mills. So I get it, but now you
Ugh.
have of course I know, but now you've had CJ, but you saw his production this year with CJ Stroud, like that tells you that it really wasn't
Wasn't on Nico.
it wasn't on Nico really. It was I'm sure play calling and of course who was throwing the ball at you. You know. Now don't get me wrong. I'm already tired of like talking about CJ. Like it's over and done. Excuse me, not CJ. I'm sorry, Davis Mills. It's
I was
over
like,
and
wait a
done with.
minute.
Sorry, sorry.
You shut your
Yeah,
whore
you shut
mouth.
your mouth. You shut your mouth. No, of Davis Mills. Like I'm already like it's done. Like that's past. But I wanted to bring
Yeah,
that up as an example of like this is why at first it seemed like Nico was unproductive. You know, and because of that, because of again who he had throwing to him, and of course the play calling wasn't really good this season. It has changed. It's supposed to be a rebuild year, and we're literally talking about Texas perhaps being in playoffs.
I've
Like
been saying
that's how
since
much of
training.
a change. Yeah,
I've been saying since training camp.
and you have, and you have. We got straight. I guess
Who
Stranger
they?
420. Who they? I don't know who they. Um,
Yeah,
And
no, no
Bengals
Nintendo,
fans.
no,
Yeah,
no
no
Nintendo, no
Nintendo, no
Nintendo, senor.
Nintendo, sir, no Nintendo. Yeah, no, but overall, like I've seen the change. You and I have seen this change here with the Texans
Well, I think the
organization.
Bengals and Texans are similar. Like once they got their quarterback, everything
Yeah.
changed for them.
Mm-hmm.
With
Joe
them,
Burrow has.
it took Joe Burrow's first full season because he got injured his rookie year. He tore his ACL's rookie year, so they did get they didn't get the full experience. His second
Mhm.
season, they made it a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Not saying we're Super Bowl bound, but like having the right coach in place, having the right quarterback, it
it
can
could
turn
take
your
you there.
franchise around. It shortens that rebuild like that.
I mean, this season alone is supposed to be a rebuild season for the Texans, and we're 4-4. We're right at 500. Like
We're in the playoff hunt. We're
we're in
like
the playoff hunt. And that's not
if
us
like
just talking out of like being homers about it. It's actually like it was on ESPN the other day. Like it was
yeah,
they're literally in the playoff hunt. Like you'll get a lot of homer takes from us, yes, of course, because we're fans. Why wouldn't we, right? But at the same
right.
time, we try to keep it as realistic as possible, even if you get called a fake fan. Nonetheless, I mean, just be like if your team does something bad, I feel like you got to hold your team
I
accountable.
mean, that was
You
pretty
know,
much us all last year.
yeah, you gotta hold your team accountable. You can't be like, oh,
There's
they'll be
nothing to cheer
fine.
about.
They'll be fine. Yes, they were fine, but you still have the
They
ability to hold your
weren't
team
fine.
accountable.
They were straight ass last year.
They
It
were they
was
were terrible. They were awful, but you
like
can
I
still
was sitting on my couch on Sundays like, why am I doing this to myself? There's got to be something better I can do with my time.
right. Yeah. No. He says, correct. You're the second person in the history of the internet to get my name right on the first try. Hey, all right, cool.
All right,
Awesome. I feel proud of myself for my reading ability now. No,
you can read.
no, yeah, apparently I got it right. Yeah. No, nonetheless, it should be an interesting game tonight. I feel like a broken record, but I'm really
I
looking
think
forward to it.
this will probably
It's
be the
gonna be
best
good.
game of the week, in my opinion.
Yeah, it should
You
it should
guys,
have been a
You got two
primetime
hot.
game.
Yeah, you got two quarterbacks that are like on top of the world right now. Like they're both
Yeah.
world beaters right now. Like
Joe Burrow coming in, and like you could tell that
the
like I said, the leg
Bengals,
thing. Yeah.
the Bengals are coming in hot. Texans are coming off a big, huge high after that big comeback win. Like
Mhm.
after an all-world performance by CJ, like two teams going on a high. Like it's what you live for on Sundays, man. Like
You
two
do
teams like
exactly. So,
that.
uh, so kick things. Look for Cincinnati's pass defense, who looks to be pretty solid against CJ. Also, look out for CJ's ability to throw the ball well and accurate to whoever he's got available. One of the best things is he's got a plethora of receivers to kind of throw it to and distribute the ball well. Um, I think our biggest weakness right now is the run, obviously, but I think
Yeah,
I haven't since I have Joe Mixon in my fantasy. I haven't seen too much production out of him either. So I don't think, like you said, Rios. Just to
he's been
recap,
he's been
he's been
consistent, but it's not
consistent,
going to
but not
be.
big numbers. Our defense has been pretty, I would say, solid against the run. Against the run, maybe against the passing game, not as much. But
It's going to be
um,
huge
I mean,
having Stingley back. That's going to be huge for us.
yeah, having Stingley back is gonna be good. Even though is Steven Nelson, is he playing or is he out? I remember the last time we were talking.
He's out.
He's out. Okay,
They listed him as questionable, but
right.
one of the report, I think Aaron Wilson was like he's listed as questionable. They don't expect him to play.
Yeah. So now you have Jimmy Ward out. You have Steven Nelson, who's been like solid on the corner. So I could see Tyler Boyd getting across
I think they're
a few
probably
of
going to put
those.
Stingley on Boyd because I think Chase is going to be a little bit hindered by the back, so they'll probably have a rotation of guys on Chase just because he's going to be mostly a decoy. I think you
Mhm.
want to put Stingley on Tyler Boyd because if you can
Yeah.
take him away, that's going to basically it's going to be a lot of short passes from Burrow to the tight end at that point.
Yeah. Besides Jalen Petrie, I'm not sure if he's Stranger 420 said Mixon doesn't get the carries for great numbers rushing. Yeah, it's the same
Yeah,
thing for us this season with Damian Pierce and Singletary. So I see that happening for both sides. Honestly, I don't see much of a run game happening for both.
yeah. I think
Um,
for both teams, they're better when their quarterbacks are
mhm.
have like 30 plus throws, which normally isn't a recipe for success in the NFL. But like two quarterbacks like that, like just put the ball in their hands.
Mm. And like I said, the advantage that Cincy has over us right now is the pass defense. Their pass defense is way better than ours. Because you got some playmakers there.
But
On
their weakness is their pass rush and
right
their
pass
linebacker
rush.
course. Their linebackers can't
Yeah.
cover. So if you
If
can get the ball to Schultz, that's gonna
mhm,
that's gonna open up things for the rest of
mhm.
the group.
If you give CJ Stroud some time in the pocket,
He'll make you
he's gonna
pay.
cook you. He's gonna cook you. Just giving you a heads up on that one. Overall, I think that's gonna cover it. Rios, anything else you want to add to it?
Oh, big shout out to our Dynamo. They won yesterday.
Oh yeah, straight up, Dynamo moves on. My soccer fan.
Advancing to the semis.
Yes, sir.
We beat Messi FC this year, and we're going to the semis in the playoffs.
There you go.
Again, another team that they got the right coach, right players in place. They went from being the worst team last year to a playoff team.
Hey, but aren't because you're you're the our rocket specialist here? Aren't the Rockets trending in the same direction?
Exact same thing. They got the right.
Mhm.
They already had the players in place, but they didn't have the coach. Because
Yeah.
like the last 3 years, like that coach was just not developing those young guys. It was pretty much the players running that team, and the team, a team full of teenagers were running that team.
Yeah.
And now you got the coach, Ime Udoka. He was from the Celtics. Like he is. You don't play that shit. You're gonna play hard. You're gonna play hard on both ends of the court all game, and you see it. And
Mm.
they're one of the top scoring and one of the top defensive teams.
Yep. There you
But a
go.
year ago, they were the worst. They played zero defense a year ago,
Yeah.
and look at them now. They won their first in-season tournament game. They're number 5 in the West. Like it's
Hmm.
great time to be a Houston fan right now.
There you go. Our buddy Stranger 420 sent us this message right here. It says Bengals linebackers can't cover. I think Logan Wilson is leading the league in interceptions at that position.
He
Yeah.
is.
So
He has. I
yeah.
think
So
he has 7 over the last couple of years. I think he's actually out this game though, so that's going to be
is he
pretty
okay?
big for us.
Yeah.
He's out this game, so this is going to be big for us.
Yeah, exactly. You got to take advantage of it, man. Those opportunities, like, don't get me wrong, I hate seeing players injured here and there, but those are opportunities that they need to take care of. And
Hey,
uh,
hey, every team deals with injuries. It's just next man
yeah,
up. That's got to be the mentality,
exactly. Look at our offensive line. We had a revolving door of offensive linemen due to injuries back and forth.
right?
So
held together by Elmer's glue and prayers.
Exactly. All right, bro. So that's gonna be it. We're gonna leave y'all so y'all can set up. In case you haven't set up your fantasy lineups, do so now before it's time for the games that haven't been played yet. So that's gonna be it for us today. Um, we might come in tomorrow, depending, because we're trying to keep it a consistent base on Mondays. But if not, then I know for sure on Tuesday, Rios and the boys have. I usually join sometimes here, occasionally here and there, the AFC South
The round
roundtable
table.
talk through
A,
Let's Talk Sports,
a round table of
um,
degenerates.
the roundtable of degenerates, and
Especially that
so
Sam guy. He's the
yeah,
leader
that
of the
guy's a.
degenerates.
But the worst part is he's a Titans fan. Yeah, whatever. He's things that Titans.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
Want to be
my team can never.
Want to be
Want to be
Houston.
Houston. Want to be Houston. So check out the AFC South Roundtable. This Tuesday, from what I understand, since I do wrestling shows, I have a local
Wrestling.
wrestler that wrestling. I have a local wrestling show that'll be done this Tuesday. I have a guest. He's a wrestler from the Valley called El Brillante. It should be fun to.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's kind of getting big in the indies right now, so that'll be fun to watch. It'll be a little bit after, I think, you guys' AFC South roundtable, so it shouldn't
Okay.
really overlap as much. So, nonetheless, that's gonna be it for us, and just check it, just follow us or whatnot. Stranger 420 said if Logan Wilson is out, that's news to me. So he
I
should.
think I saw that. Let me double check.
You may be
I,
off. Just making sure. Logan Wilson, right? Bengals. Where are they ruling him out as? I mean, I don't see. Honestly, I don't see anywhere where he's out, Rios.
I might got his name confused with somebody else. My bad.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so he should be fine then. But yeah, if he leads in interception, then hey, that's something else for the Bengals to add to their to their arsenal or whatnot. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it. Anything else, Rios? You good?
I hate that hat so
I know.
much.
The worst thing ever. Worst thing ever, brother. Bet's a bet, though. All right, well, that's going to be it, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.